Palatnik.
Palatnik, or as we hillbilly Americans say, Abraham Palatnik. He was born in Brazil, 1928. He was a unique artist. He gained a following in the 1950s, and just recently, in 2013, the people who control the art market, well, they managed to run up one of his pieces. Yeah, in an auction up to almost $800,000. That was in 2013. That would be over $1 million in 2020 inflated numbers. Well, anyhow, Palatnik just died a few months ago in May of 2020. Now, normally we would say he died of old age. I mean, he was 92 years old. Wow. But in these uncertain times we live in today, they say, well, the Rona got him. But let's not pander in semantics. He was definitely a talented artist, and rest in peace. But our story today is about knowledge. Knowledge is power, and power is strength. More importantly, power of knowledge is, well, De Niro's in your pocket. For example, I went to a local estate sale in Beverly Hills the other day. Oh, okay. So it was Northtown, Vegas. So what? Anyhow, I went late. I went very late to this estate sale, and well, that normally means that there's nothing left but dirty Beanie Babies and some worn-out tennis shoes. But I get there, and the first thing I do, I see this little table. It's in the driveway, and there's some knickknacks on the table, and I see this little penguin. Well, I knew what it was immediately. Why or how, you ask? Well, because knowledge is power, my friend. Take notes. Did you write that down? So I asked the guy who's running the garage sale there, how much is it? He says, $3. At that point, the item never leaves my hand, I can tell you that. But I felt a little perky today. It must have been the fresh outdoor air. The sale, like I said, was in the driveway. But the owner of the house, well, he was a little annoying to me. Yeah, he rubbed me the wrong way, that's for sure. The first thing he tells the customers who comes up, he says, no politics here. I'm looking at, damn, that's no fun. He goes on to say that he is a big sports nut. Oh my, not one of those. Yeah, he's one of them. Says he has an entire room devoted to sports memorabilia up in the house there. Wow. Images of Howard Cosell and Al Bernstein kept popping up into my head. It was annoying, like I said. I didn't have the heart to tell him that all the players in the game are turning on the owners. No, he'll have to figure that out on his own. But anyway, as I'm holding the precious Palatnik penguin in my hand, I get annoyed just looking at this fella. I mean, normally, seriously, I'm not a cheap person. I would just pull out the $3 and give it to the seller. I mean, $3 is really, really cheap. Especially when I know that this item would sell at a Beverly Hills antique store for probably close to $500. But something came over me that day. Like I said, I just didn't like this guy. And I only knew him for less than 3 minutes. So I say, can you take $2 for it? You know it's plastic. He looks surprised. He gives me a weird look. Plastic? I say, yeah, look at it. It's plastic. He touches it. Okay, $2, take it. I guess these knickknacks was his mother's. His mother just passed away. He had no clue what the damn thing was. So I pulled out 2 dirty, crumbled up old $1 bills, and I gave it to him, and I felt kind of good. I jewed him down $1. I mean, call me a perverted old soul, but it felt good. In the words of Don Rickles, I never did like you. Don Rickles, I love that guy. I went to see him twice at the Orleans in Las Vegas. I mean, even at 90 years old, he was knocking them dead. The sad part is, we couldn't even have a Don Rickles today. A 20-year-old kid popping up doing Don Rickles jokes, hell, they'd run him out of town. So anyhow, I gently laid my lucite acrylic masterpiece in the back seat of my crew cab Tundra, and then I drove off. There it was. Made in Brazil. I knew exactly what I had. Like I said, the moral of the story is knowledge is power. But later on that day, I found out that Palatnik had just passed away. And I guess during this whole damn story, you're thinking to yourself, if this damn Palatnik is so damn famous and all, why was that sculpture still there so late in the day? Well, Yeah, there must have been about 2 dozen collectible estate sales specialists go through everything by the time you got there. Bravo! Well, you would be correct. That is true. But here's the kicker. Palatnik didn't sign a lot of these little lucite pieces, but they all came with a little tiny sticker on the bottom, made in Brazil. And today's so-called experts, they have to Google everything. They have to check Amazon prices for even a little DVD. Put simply, they don't have the knowledge, so they lost out. Learning art is the first step to get you out of Harlem. It is the first step to put you on the path to freedom. Sure, the art market is as corrupt as the stock market and run by the same criminals, but that doesn't mean that you cannot gain some knowledge and put a few quid in your back pocket.